All right, so we're back here with division, and this was the easier of the three problems that I put out there for us to work on. And let's blow this up a touch. Where's the blow me up button? There we go. So what is 2/3 divided by 1/3? In other words, how many groups of 1/3 are in 2/3? So in order to do this, I need to show what 1/3 looks like. So this is my 1/3 of a whole. And then I need to show what 2/3 looks like. And so here's my 2/3 of a whole. And again, this is centered on that a whole are these two hexagons right here. And we talked earlier about why this chevron shape is 1/3, and I have two chevrons over here. There's one chevron there and the other one there. And I can see that, well, I have a group of two here. So just another way to think about this, which is kind of cute. Let's switch to blue. There are two pieces here, and I want to know how many groups of two are in the four pieces over there. And 2 goes into 4 twice, so 2/3 divided by 1/3 has to be 2, because I can represent 2/3 as a group of 2. Sorry, 1/3 as a group of 2, and 2/3 as a group of 4. So again, I can take picture-wise 1/3 goes into 2/3. And in the picture, that's the same thing as 2 goes into 4. And so the answer is 2. Not bad. Let's try the next one. This one was a little bit harder. Here, I wanted to know what is 1/4 divided by 1/3. So in other words, how many groups of 1/3 are in 1/4? So if I draw that out with a pencil, I've got one, oops, that's a little too far over. And I can't undo, I have to erase. All right, try that again. I've got 1/3 goes into 1/4, how many times? Now, if you look at the picture, I have a group of 4 pieces there. And that's going into a group of 3 pieces here. Oh, this must be the hard one, not the medium one. So how many times does 4 go into 3? Well, it doesn't go in a whole number of times, right? There's too little over there. So the answer here is simply just 3/4. So there is 3/4 of a group of 1/3 in 1/4 is what we're showing here. So I'm going to type that out. That's what the interpretation is. Oops, where'd you go? Text, okay. Oh, come on, stop doing that to me. There are 3/4 of a 1/4 in 1/3 in 1/4. Period. And we'll find another way to look at that in just a moment to verify it. Next one over here. Ooh, that's one of the ones I lost. Okay, but I tried to recreate it over here. There it is. Zoom in. Zoom out of my way. All right, so again, here's one hole. And sometimes it's nice to see the hole with those pieces. So let's see, can I stick these on top? There we go. So there's my 1/3 of a hole. And then let's put this over here. And let's see, to color that, I guess I'll throw 2 reds on there to make it a different color. Ooh, does it let me color these? I haven't tried that yet. Has anyone tried that here? There is a color button. What's it do? Does that color things? Oh, I can color them. Let me get purple. Ooh, that's cool. All right. So here, what is 1/2 divided by 1/3? In other words, how many groups of 1/3 are in 1/2? So over here is my 1/3. And I'm asking how many times does that go into 1/2? And looking at that, I can say, I can kind of see that, you know, right here, this shape right here goes in once, But then there's this extra chunk right here. So how do I describe that extra chunk? Certainly goes in one time. And what did you guys decide about that extra chunk? How do I describe it?
One half.
Yeah, it is half of what I'm looking for, right? Two of these are what I'm looking for, the third. So there's one whole third here plus a half of a third. So the answer is 1.5. There. All right, so just a couple of cute things about this. And I'm going to redraw this picture by throwing these guys in there. Let's get the drawing out of the way. Rotate some stuff. So this is a new version of my half there, right? And when I look at that, let's erase some stuff. I can go to. I have these two pieces are trying to go into those three pieces there. Or I could view it as 3 divided by 2, right? These two pieces are trying to go into the 3, and that's the answer right there. Now, if you think about that for a minute, what I have, these two pieces right there, that's viewing the 1/3 as 2/6. And this is viewing the 1/2 as 3/6. So let me get to my other drawing board so I don't have to draw with my mouse. 1/2 divided by 1/3. There's my drawing board. There it is. I always thought this was kind of cute for division. Again, the problem. This one was 1/2 divided by 1/3. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. I think that was the problem we're working on. And then what I did here is I basically found a common denominator by using the blue pieces. So we viewed the half as 3/6. And then we've used the third as 2/6. Oops. And the cool thing is once I have the common denominator, I don't need it anymore. Who cares? Throw it away. This is the same as 3 divided by 2, and 3 divided by 2 is simply 3 divided by 2, or 3/2, and that's the answer. So this is kind of an alternate version of how to do division with fractions. Find a common denominator, then forget about the denominator. That's your answer. Does that work all the time? Let's try it in another example that we did. So one of the other examples we tried, that one, this one, there we go, was what is 1/4 divided by 1/3? So let's try it there and see what happens. One-fourth divided by 1/3. And a common denominator there ended up being the little green triangles. And there's 12 of them in that whole shape. And so we would end up with 3/12 divided by 4/12. And once I have the denominator, I really don't need it anymore. That's the same thing as what's 3 divided by 4. And 3 divided by 4 is simply 3/4. So that's got to be the answer, 3/4. Isn't that cute? I always thought that was cute. So that is an algorithm for division. We are out of time, actually overtime. I'm sincerely sorry for going overtime. We are not done with this section. We've covered the main ideas, which was what does division mean? What does multiplication mean? We looked at the multiplication algorithm. There's 2 other division algorithms we need to look at. And then we need to talk about properties of fractions, like commutative and associative and all that fun stuff. So we got about another hour to do to finish this up. I'm going to go to the main home page if I can find it somewhere. It is. So in our daily schedule, oops, which was right in front of me, we are about on track to where I thought I would be. I had mentioned the other day that I wasn't sure if I could get through section 5.3 in 2 days, and so I happen to have this kind of extra day there. So half of next Monday's class is going to be finishing up section 5.3. Do your best to do the homework. I'm not going to extend the due date yet because I want to make sure everybody starts it at least, and then I can extend it if there's a bunch of problems. So we'll finish up section 5.3 and then we'll review everything we've done so far. And then there'll be part take home, part in-class exam for Wednesday. So that's it for today. Thanks for playing, y'all. I'm glad you could join me.